Welcome back to Podcasting 2.0 in practice. Are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin. I want to tell you a story about boosts, or boostograms, or super comments, and interactivity. I first heard the terms boosts and sats on one of my favourite podcasts about podcasting, Buzzcast, produced by Buzzsprout, who are the hosting company for Creativity Found. People were writing into the show with so many sats, whatever that meant, and had their comments read out, with, of course, a mention of their name and podcast name. I wanted in on this, and that's where my journey of exploration into Podcasting 2.0 began. Once I've got some sats in my wallet, thanks to Fountain's Earning Initiative, which you'll hear about when we get to the wallet episodes, I was able to send a message to the Buzzcast team. And it was read out.
Let's kick it off with a tweet that we got from Creativity Found Podcast. They said, just sent my first boostogram with Fountain app to Buzzcast Podcast, who have helped me think more about Podcasting 2.0 and the value for value. Do you know you can earn sats just by listening? That's so cool. We were the first one.
And I've actually got the first boost right here.
Yeah.
From Creativity Found. Hi, Kevin, Albin, and Jordan. My first boost mainly funded by listening to Buzzcast. I liked hearing about the Guardians of the Galaxy ride at Epcot on the show this time. Oh, yeah. Right. And all the podcast stuff, too. I'm traveling from the UK to Podfest in January on my lonesome. Hope to meet you there. Love the show and all that, Claire. Well, thank you so much, Claire. I love that you're getting into Podcasting 2.0, and I hope that if you want to, you can go ride that Guardians of the Galaxy ride when you come in town for Podfest.
And she's coming on her lonesome to Podfest. Buzzsprout's usually there, and we'll probably have like a meetup or something, so she won't be lonesome at the conference.
Between this time and heading to Florida for Podcast 2024, I popped one or two more boosts over to Buzzcast. Then, at the Buzzsprout party at said event, I heard a voice just behind me say, "Is that Claire? Is she here?" And that's when I met Jordan from Buzzcast in real life. I also met Albin, and because we had had these digital interactions, we already kind of knew each other. So meeting in real life was like catching up with an old friend. From a Podcasting 2.0 in practice point of view, I actually first communicated with James Cridland and Sam Sethi, both expert guests on this show, by boosting Podnews Weekly Review.
Creativity Found. There's a new listener. Thank you. 150 sats, like the True Fans name. Oh, yes, this was when you revealed the fact that Podfans changed its name to True Fans. I do get muddled, he says, or she says, by all the pods and cast name companies out there. The challenge is in getting listeners to use a 2.0 listening platform instead of Apple and Spotify. I hope you're right in your predictions. Loved the show this year, along with Buzzcast. So had a fun time hearing both sides of the SponsorGate story. Yes, that's when you very much upset our main sponsor.
Yes, yeah, that was close.
So, the moral of this story is, while sending boostograms is great for giving some financial support to your favourite podcasters and aiding discovery, as Oscar mentioned in the previous episode, it is also a super and effective way for listeners to interact with the podcasters they love and vice versa. And personally, I love it when I'm described as a friend of the show.
And didn't somebody write back and say that they'd already used their keychain a few times to like share their podcast with people? Like they already had people scanning their QR code?
Yeah, Claire, friend of the show from Creativity Found, wrote in and said, your freebies are the best, especially the keychain. Already made use of the QR code while out and about when people ask about my podcast.
I love it.
And congratulations to Claire Waite-Brown, who has won an award, friend of the show. We've had her on in the past. What award has she won, Sam?
She was at the Digital Women's Award in London, and she's won the award for Community Leader of the Year, and well done to her. She's very positive in reaching out and helping lots of people who are just starting out in the world of podcasting, and she's very good at bringing them through. So well done to her.
Visit creativityfound.co.uk/podcasting to find out more about my guests and access lots of useful podcast resources. If you'd like to get in touch, you can send a boost. But if you haven't got to that lesson yet, feel free to reach out to me on my Instagram account at podcasting2.0 in practice.